Hi again, Source students. We're going to make some snacks today, and this is kind of going to be a little more difficult if you don't have a dehydrator, but I'm going to give you instructions on doing it in the oven as well. I have a couple of extra apples, so I'm going to make some apple chips for my snacks. So I've only got a couple of apples, and I've got 2 Macintosh and 1 Honeycrisp, so I'm going to go ahead and make them all. The first thing I'm going to want to do is to get the core out. This is the handiest little tool ever for doing that. It's simply a matter of over the top of the stem and push and twist and then pull, and out comes the core. Once the cores are all removed from my apples, I'm ready to start slicing them. I happen to have a mandolin, which works really, really nice for slicing without getting fingers. If you don't have a mandolin, just a sharp knife, but be careful. You don't have to do the whole ring if you'd like to cut it in half, so you can lay it flat down on a surface and slice it that way. That'll be fine too. So with my mandolin, I just put the cap on. I've got the guard and slide it over, and I get nice rings like this, okay? As I slice my rings, I'm going to put them over here in this acidic bath, so to speak. It is lemon juice and water, about a quart of water, and maybe a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice. What that does is it prevents some of the browning that you get a lot of times with apples, okay? Even just making 3 apples has really got a lot of apple slices in my dish here. So make sure if you do slice them by hand that you keep them to under 1/4 inch thick so that they dry evenly and nicely. So now I'm going to take these over to the sink because they've all been into the lemon, and I use lemon juice, lemon water. I'm going to drain them off and then pat them dry with some paper towel. Okay, if you are using your oven, you're going to want to preheat it to one of the lowest settings you possibly can. About 175 or lower, maybe a 150 is actually just about right. If your oven doesn't go that low, just set it on the lowest possible setting that you can, okay? If you're using an oven, you're going to want to put a cooling rack on a cookie sheet, and then you're going to space your slices out. You do not want them touching. They can be close, but don't let them touch. In my case, I have these racks that go into my dehydrator. So, but it's the same thing with that. I'm not going to want them to touch. I just want them spaced out on the rack. If you're using your oven, once you get these inside the oven and starting to dry, take a wooden spoon and put the handle in the door of the oven to kind of prop it open a little bit. That's going to help air circulate better so that they'll dry more evenly. It's going to take quite a while, so this is probably a project that you're going to want to start in the morning. It can take 6 to 10 hours depending on how thick your slices are. So I was able to fill 3 racks for my dehydrator, and 2 of the racks I'm going to leave just the plain apples, but the 3rd one, just for something a little different, I have, this has cinnamon sugar in it. Okay, so this is my dehydrator, and because this dehydrator happens to have a fan, a convection fan, that blows the air around, they will get done a little bit faster than if I were to put them in the oven. Mine will probably be done in 3 to 4 hours at the most. Okay, my apples are finally done, so I'm going to pull them out just to kind of show you what they look like. They're dry, but you can still bend them a little bit. I just heard that one snap. So they're like a real stiff leather. So I'm going to take them out, let them cool off completely, and then I'll bag them up, and I will have dried apple for my snacks. I hope you guys enjoy it.